The street polls are in, and the results are brutal. It is incredible and how tone deaf of Harry and Meghan Markle, especially of Harry, to take his beloved wife to such a volatile nation. By the way, Francia Marquez, the vice president, is very much hated in that country right now, along with the current president, because she has lied. You know, her slogan was, live well. I promise you that if you elect us, you will all live well, because she comes from the poorest area of Colombia. Well, she's taken to flying private helicopters, even to her home. She doesn't drive anymore, or taking private planes, taking all the Air Force private planes to do her little tours. And people are calling her Air Miles Francia. I mean, it's unbelievable. And they're planning on going to one of the most dangerous areas, no-go areas in Colombia. This is like rubbing salt in a wound, because Harry's claiming that the UK is too dangerous. Granted, right now there's that environment because of the wokeness of the government and a king who supports it. But Colombia, it's pretty bad where they want to go. And it's incredible what the people in the streets are saying. And if we go by this, Harry and Meghan might find themselves in extremely hot waters. At the moment, they're having issues with the vice president because they're rethinking accepting Meghan's invitation to come, because that is false, guys. They were not invited. Francia Marquez would never even know how to contact Harry and Meghan to begin with. It was Meghan who wrote. But now things have gotten out of hand. And I'll tell you that I know how Meghan Markle is watching all of us YouTubers and what we say. I'll tell you why, but let's listen to what the Colombians have to say, because it's brutal, guys. It is absolutely brutal. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for coming here always and saying hi. Hello, this is Paula, and thanks for coming to the channel. Well, we've seen Prince William and Princess Catherine looking tan and gorgeous. I am so happy that she's doing very well. She looks like she's recovering very well, or her battle with cancer is she's beating it. So I'm very happy about that. But let's get talking about this, because what you're about to watch, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm gonna put more right now. I'm putting you a little clip of the person going to the streets and asking the people of Colombia. These are the questions that they're being asked. Do you know the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? Do you know Prince Harry and Meghan? Did you know that the Colombian government invited them to come over and pay for that visit? And what do you think of that visit? Okay, I'm putting the ones that I'm putting here is the cleaned up version, and I'm translating more because, of course, it's speaking Spanish. So it's taking me along because there's over 40 people interviewed, but you know, I'm just putting these ones here that are going to be allowed on YouTube, because I have to clean up, because people are really, really angry. They are really, really angry when they find out, because most of them don't. But let me know what you think when you listen to this.
Me encuentro en el centro de Medellín. Estas son las calles de Medellín, en donde vamos a preguntarle a los colombianos acerca de la próxima visita de los duques de Sussex. ¿Sabe usted quiénes son los duques de Sussex? ¿Sabe usted quién es el príncipe Harry de Inglaterra y su esposa Meghan?
Los distingo, pero los nombres en el momento no lo sé.
Ok, ¿sabía usted que el gobierno colombiano está invitando a esos duques a venir a Colombia, invitados y pagados por el gobierno con el dinero de Colombia?
No sabía.
¿Está usted de acuerdo con esa acción?
No.
¿Por qué?
Porque creo que en Colombia hay mucha gente más necesita a darle la plata, que puede invertir en los colombianos a otras personas de otros países.
Ok.
I mean, I'm translating the other ones, and there's so many of them. This is actually a friend of mine on the streets of Medellin, Colombia, and I know what you're gonna say, but Paula, Medellin is not the same as Cartagena. It is a nation. It's an entire global event, apparently, that the people of Colombia are paying for. And most of them are not even aware that this happened, and most of them really hate Francia Marquez. But I'm going to tell you something that I know that Rachel and Harry, Meghan and Harry are reading our post, because this is very confusing, guys. This is very confusing. Daily Mail is saying that Meghan Markle is going to Colombia this Thursday, that they are going to be in Colombia this Thursday, and that they're going to stay at the presidential suite. Remember, we did those other videos, and we YouTubers have been calling out that the Colombian government have refused to give in to her demands, and that they're having a debate because one of the demands was for them to rent the entire presidential suite, and that was denied. Well, after we YouTubers posted that, we suddenly get this really, really woke Daily Mail thing saying that Meghan Markle is arriving this week to Colombia, and that she's staying at a presidential suite, that they're going to the most dangerous areas of Colombia, and that she is, listen to this, she studied Spanish in high school, and she perfected it when she went to Argentina, when she worked at the embassy. We know those are lies. Those are lies. What are they doing? What are they doing? Just listen to Meghan Markle right now.
I really wanted to relearn French. I had studied it for the 4 years in high school, and then it just went away.
You speak a lot of different languages, or just that?
I studied French for 8 years, and now it's deplorable. I can't remember anything.
Go to college. What did you study at college?
I double majored, theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit. And
where?
In Argentina, in Buenos Aires.
That's sensational. You speak Spanish?
I do now, but they speak a very different kind of Spanish. It's Castellano, so it almost sounds like Italian.
Yeah.
Where does she speak Spanish? She says she speaks, that Castellano is a different type of Spanish. This is how dumb this woman is. Castellano, in Spanish, here in Latin America, we call it Castellano or Spanish, depending, because Castellano comes from Spain. In some areas, we say Castellano, but it's the same language. There's no difference, guys. It's just the accent. Like, people from Texas speak differently than different accent than people from Florida or New York. That is not a different type of English. That is English with a different accent. But this is how dumb this woman is. And listen to the lies that she majored. Listen to what she said, that she double majored with international relations, which is a major that does not exist at Northwestern University. And I've shown you those 2 emails because I wrote them in 2 different occasions. And both times they told me that international relations is not a major. International studies is not international relations. Okay? And she was listed in the communications school of communications at Northwestern, not international studies. So we know that everything is a lie. So she was in Vancouver, British Columbia, with Luisana Lopilato, who is Michael Bublé's Bubbles' wife, and she forgot to speak Spanish. She didn't know how to speak Spanish. She forgot. How can you now? Because look at what she said. She took French 4 years, and then she says she took French 8 years. How dumb must a person be to forget absolutely everything about a language when you took it for 4 or even 8 years? Especially because at Northwestern University, guys, in order for you to graduate from international studies, you need to speak at least 1 other language, 2 other languages fluently, which means that you wouldn't be able to forget everything about a language. But Meghan Markle does not speak Spanish. I have heard she tried to do a Spanish thing for Suits, and it was atrocious. Atrocious. So why is the Daily Mail gaslighting people like that? That thing was written by Meghan Markle, clearly, and Daily Mail is just running with it, because Hello Magazine, right here, as you can see, are saying, and even the vice president said, because the world conference that Francia Marquez is going to have for the first time and nobody's attending is on November 7th and 8th. And she said that she invited them for November, for those days, because that's the whole purpose of the visit, not to attend a music festival, but to highlight or bring attention to that conference. So I am confused, because I have heard that in Colombia right now, they're rethinking, because they have refused to comply to all of Meghan Markle's insane demands. Now, Daily Mail is saying that they're coming this Thursday. And then the vice president and the entire Latin American press are saying that they're coming in November. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out on Thursday. But that's insane, because the vice president said she wanted to do it in November, because that's when the conference is. So Meghan Markle is just going to go what? And look at the music festival? What does that have to do? And they're getting paid so much money. So who's lying here, or who's misinformed? But the people on the streets, I am putting a compilation of everything, because I have to translate it, guys. And it's, I apologize for this little bit that I did there. And I did get authorization from this lady to show her face. Okay, and I'm getting authorizations, and from some of the people, I had the authorization to do that, and I'm editing the people to blur their faces, the one that said, don't show my face, and then the ones. But Francia Marquez is in deep trouble. The indigenous people of Colombia rioted, they took over the Capitol Hill, the equivalent of Capitol Hill in Colombia, against her. They have tried to kill her 4 or 5 times, this woman, because she's a liar. She has lied to this indigenous community. This is a woman who is uneducated. She's not very well educated. She comes from the poorest area, and I don't know how she got through. She just promised things to the Colombian people, and then she didn't comply, and people in Colombia are fed up, because right now they're dead broke. And like you heard this lady at the poll say, why are they giving her money? We need the money. We're broke. Colombia is very poor, guys. This is pretty much like England, the government of the United Kingdom, the taxpayers, the UK taxpayers, giving Harry 27 million pounds, which is the equivalent of almost $35 million, while Birmingham is absolutely bankrupt. And they're actually dimming the lights and everything else. This is what we're living nowadays. It's insanity. And people are just taking it. I don't understand why they're taking it like that. So it's up to us YouTubers to keep talking about it, because this is insane, guys. But the people in Colombia do not want them. And I don't understand how Harry, who's so worried about his precious skanky wife, is willing to take her to an area which is pretty bad, where every government on earth is, even the Colombian government is saying, we don't go there. But he wants to go there. And I think it's just to give the finger to the UK. And just because he wants to look important, because in order to go to these places, they will need heavy security. So they're risking people's life because of their insistence of going to those places. But it's really interesting to see when the visit is going to happen, because again, the vice president in her official statement said that she's inviting Harry and Meghan for the November, November to come for the world anti-bullying thing, which equals to censorship, because now they're basically calling cyberbullying censorship. We've seen in the United Kingdom, we're living in a very unprecedented time, guys, where in the UK you get arrested for posting something on Facebook. It's okay for you to grape a child if you're an immigrant, because you get community service. But if you post something on Facebook or Twitter, you're gone. You're doing 10 months hard time. So is the United Kingdom aligning with Harry and Meghan in censorship? It's quite worrisome, because that's what Harry and Meghan have been advocating for forever. So they don't want to be criticized. And people are going to jail for criticizing. This is what's happening right now. People are going to jail for criticizing. People are being threatened for criticizing or calling things out. That's the state of affairs that we have right now in this world, people. And I don't think we should take it lying down. But yeah, so who's telling the truth? Daily Mail, and I fully believe that was an article written by Meghan Markle, because she's watching. As soon as we posted that the Colombian government was rethinking having them accepting their offer to come to Colombia, and that they're not going to be at the presidential suite, Immediately, within a day or two, we have that article saying, oh no, they're staying at the presidential suite and they're going this Thursday. And they're not only that, they're going to go to the most dangerous areas. And the vice president in her official statement said they're coming in November. And pretty much the entire press in Colombia and Latin America are saying that they're coming in November, because that would have put Meghan Markle competing against Prince William's Earthshot. And this is if the visit happens. This is if the visit happens, because people are rioting. People are really angry. Really, really angry. And I'm going to put the compilation of the things once I clean up, because some of people use really, really foul language. And they even said that they were going to do so. They were going to fly to Cartagena or Cali or Bogota to let them know how it happened. And people are rioting against Francia Marquez. Indigenous people from her area are rioting. And Harry is willing to put himself at risk. And if something happens, then they're going to say, see, he does need protection. No. If he goes and stands in the middle of the busy road and he gets run over by a car, should people be paying for his stupidity, or Meghan's for that matter? And let me tell you something, beautiful people. There's no such thing. Castellano and Spanish, they're not two different languages. It's the same language, okay? It's just that dumbass Meghan Markle doesn't even know that, because she doesn't even speak it. And how can she forget a language? This woman is going to be mute because she's forgetting everything. But she's very smart. She's very educated. What's going to happen? Do you think that the visit will happen? Do you think it'll happen this Thursday or in November, as the vice president said in the entire press corps, or if it's going to happen at all? Because this is getting very sticky. This is insanity at its worst. This is like doubling down on everything. Just, it's cutting their nose just to spite their faces. It's insanity.